Hi guys, and welcome to Buddy's Review. Today we are reviewing another tank in World of Tanks. This is called the FCM 50T Heavy Tier 8 Premium Tank in the French line. Now this is not a bad tank overall. It's actually halfway decent for a premium tank. It does have some benefits. It has some good points and some bad points on it overall. The best way to play this tank is to try to figure out the weaknesses and the strengths of the tank. It does come with a crew of 5, and currently the crew I have on this is actually a crew I'm grinding because I am going down the French heavy line and I'm up to the ARL. I have researched the first AMX, and I will eventually put this crew onto the AMX and go from there. Let's take a look at how this tank actually comes. Now, it does come with a tier 8 gun, and I will go over the gun individually. The turret, which is also a tier 8, a tier 10 radio, a tier 9 engine, and a tier 8 set of tracks. And the tech tree, this tank is available on the tech tree for 11,900 gold. Once again, I always recommend that you buy premium tanks if available through the gift shop because of one important reason: you get a garage slot. If you don't have a garage slot when you buy this, you have to go ahead and buy the garage slot itself, and that will cost you additional 300, so that will actually make the total cost of this thing 12,200 gold. So that's one of the reasons why I always recommend doing that. As you can see, I'm going down the heavy line. I'm up to the ARL. I do have the AMX 445 research. I just don't have the 1,395 credits available. As you can see, I only have 513,950. So eventually I will get there. One of the benefits of the French heavy line is when you get to tier 8, you start getting the auto loaders. From tier 8, 9, and 10, you have auto loaders on these tanks, and that's one of the reasons why I'm going down this heavy line. Slowly, eventually, I will get to it. Let's take a look at the specs of this tank, and I'll blow them up for you. Okay, we have 1,500 hit points, which is actually pretty halfway decent. The current load I have on this thing is 54.94 tons. Max weight on this is 57.5 tons. Engine horsepower is actually pretty good, 1,000 horsepower. Now, this is actually fast for a heavy tank. It goes 51 kilometers per hour, which is actually pretty fast for a heavy tank. That's one of the advantages of this tank. It does move quickly. The traverse speed is 40 degrees per second. The hull on this is 120, 80, and 80. And same thing for the turret, 120, 80, and the turret rear is 60. So, if you are attacking head on, that's where you want to be. That's where most of your armor is. You want to make sure that you protect the tank as much as possible. Protect the sides and the rears, because there's basically no armor on the sides and the rears of this tank. We'll go over what the gun does. The turret traverse speed is 36 degrees per second, which isn't bad. The view range on this base is actually 400, and with the crew I currently have on here, 408. Now, the other thing, the base on the signal range is 750, and with the crew I have on here is actually 799. So that's not bad. As you can see, there is some weakness on this tank, and that's mainly in the armor department. This is not a bad tank. I like playing this tank. Let's go over the gun itself, and I'll blow that up so you can see that a lot better and a lot clearer. Now, the gun on this is a 90 caliber gun. Rate of fire is 8 rounds per minute. Average penetration, is 212, 259, 45. Average damage on this is 240, 240, and 320. Accuracy on this is actually halfway decent. It's 0.36 at 100 meters. And the aiming time is not the best, not the worst, at 2.3 seconds. Total weight of the gun is 2,750. It is only available for this tank. You can carry AP, APCR, and HE rounds on this gun, on this tank. So that's the gun itself. What I have equipped on this thing is I have my vents, which gives me a +5 to all crew skills. I have the large caliber gun rammer, which gives me a 10% in load time, so it actually reduces my load time by 10%. And I also have, because the aiming time's not the best, I also have the enhanced gun lane drive, which also gives me a +10% to my aiming time. So overall, this is not a bad tank. You just gotta remember, it doesn't have the armor as most tanks. It doesn't have much firepower as most of the Tier 8 heavy tanks, but if you know where to hit the tanks, it does some damage. So this is not a bad tank overall. I kind of enjoy playing this tank. I've made a lot of money on this tank, and the tank is actually halfway decent. It, like I said, does come with a crew of 5. Make sure if you put another crew in here, make sure you got crew acceleration, so all that experience goes into the crews, not onto the tanks. So I do recommend this tank. I do have this tank in action, so let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the replay I have for y'all, and I'll see y'all on the other side. Hi guys, and welcome to World of Tanks. I am Buddy 1927, and today I'm in my FCM 50T Tier 8 French premium tank. Let's take a look at the map we're on. We're actually on Sand Rivers. We have a 64% chance of winning. This is an encounter battle, and I'm ranked second overall. I'm actually going to speed this up a little bit. Oops, didn't mean to hit you, dude. Sorry. And oops, y'all didn't see that. I didn't slam into the side. Nah, that wasn't me. Nah. But we're going to speed this up. Okay, we're going to slow this back down. Okay. Now, I'm just outside the cap, outside the town of the cap. I have some ridge protection. And basically what I'm going to be doing is seeing where the enemy's coming from. See if I can get any of the snipers that snipe across that little gorge there, and go from there. I enjoy playing this tank. I've had a lot of fun. One of the things you gotta be wary of is the actual armor on this thing. It doesn't have much of it. And you gotta be a little leery of the gun, because the gun isn't much. Now I do have another tank beside me on this, and there he is, a little British tank. Ah, there we go. Ah, I surprised him. I don't think he realized I could hit him. And we got another tank I'm gonna surprise, and I hit him. You can see the accuracy of this gun. The gun is actually halfway decent. It is accurate. The main thing you gotta be leery of is doesn't, for a Tier 8, doesn't put that much of a punch into its battle, into its bite. Okay, that tank's destroyed. I'm going to do is get behind some of these buildings, see if I can scare off. Okay. That British tank is gone. And I'm going to do something a little different here. Score is actually 4-5 right now. Until you don't have shots on these guys, and I know we got a Tiger 2 over there, but I know we also have another couple of other tanks that have not been lit up. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hop on the cap, hide behind this little building. I have at least 2 tanks that can fire on the other side, and it looks like the other tanks are actually swooping around. So what I'm going to try to do is draw the enemy towards cap, because they know that they want this cap reset. Okay, he's on the other side of the dune, so I don't have a shot on him until he gets back a little bit. I have somebody taking a blind shot. He really does not know where I'm at, so I'm going to back up here a little bit. There is no arty in this game, thank God. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, so it's hard, so I don't have to worry about arty. I do have to worry about the guys from the gorge and also the guys coming down the K line. Now, here comes that Tiger 2, and he's still on the other edge of the ridge. And I got a tank destroyer. Looks like the SU, so he's going to try to stop this. I hit him and he hit me. He didn't pierce me, thank God. No damage. You can see where that Tiger is overall. So now my goal is to try to outfox this tank here. This little tank destroyer. He hit me, 407. He ammo racked me, but didn't hit my ammo. Okay. Take a shot, and SU is knocked out. My first kill. And as you can see, this tank does do some damage. So far, I have 1090 in damage. I get the Tiger. I missed him widely. I don't know why I missed him widely. Right now, all I got is an A43 with me, which is a medium tank. I'm the only heavy tank left. We got scores 10 to 10. You got 1 heavy and 4 mediums, and they have a couple heavies. So let's see what I can do about this Tiger. On the run, take him out. That's kill number 2. So now the idea is to try to stay alive. Hopefully cap out. I'm gonna move because let's see if I can get a shot on this T28 prototype. And looks like he's gonna try to circle around. I see one guy. Oops, there was one guy on the ridge. Thank guys for taking him out. Oh, I know I got the T28 trying to circle around me. I'm letting the A43 know where I think he's coming from, and I'm going to be going from there. Now, I saw some trees fall. He is not lit up, so I'm either thinking he's going to come around that corner there, or he's made a 90-degree turn and is going to try to come through the city. I still have a minute 56. There he is. I always have a hard time shooting these tanks. But I got the other tanks taking a look at him. Now he's hit me for 374. Didn't even scratch him. That's just wrong, don't you guys think? Okay, now we got the other team coming. Did not penetrate the armor, but looks like the A43 set him on fire. He does not have a fire extinguisher. So let's take another shot. Still didn't penetrate the armor. He's concentrating on me. He has... Bye, guy. Okay, my teammates took care of him and actually protected me overall, so that's not bad. I had shots on him, but no penetration. So these guys actually helped me out. We got one tank left, and it's a T-69, and I don't think they know where he's at. I'm gonna move up a little bit, move into a different position. And the 843 is with me, and he's remaining on the cap, so we're going to try to cap this thing out. Either draw that T-69 to us and light him up and kill him, and there he is. He's over there by B9, B10, B0. Looks like he's going up the ridge. I don't know why he's doing this. We have about 55 seconds left. We got 50 plus of the capped, so we're actually doing pretty good. So I think we are definitely going to call this a victory and go from there. As you can see, that sometimes capping out actually works. Now my strategy was to cap and draw the guys towards the cap, and because I had the tanks to my right, draw them to them, and they can start firing and get into like a firing position. You saw with the Tiger, the SU, and the prototype, they would concentrate on me because I was on cap while the other guys were shooting. So it actually worked overall. So that's not bad. That's actually a pretty good strategy in a pug match. Try to figure out where your team's at and see how you can use your team against the other team and set it up. So we have won. That is definitely a win. Okay, we did cap out, and as you can see, that definitely was a victory. And I received tanker 3rd class again. I don't know why I do this. According to FCM, I had shot a total of 13, had 10 hits, with 76.92% of hit ratio, which is actually pretty good. Let's go on to the overall score. Now the overall score, we actually did pretty good. I actually came in 5th overall with 12,008 damage and 2 kills. We had Captain Celtic, from Thieves on the Panther 2 actually do 3,270 damage and 4 kills. He did pretty good there. And we also had some other guys. Where's that 843 that was with me? He did 620. We had another VK that stayed alive that did 751. But you can see overall the damage. Now take a look at the other team. They did a lot of damage to us. At least the top 4 guys. Top 4 guys, all did over 2,000, but nobody beat Captain Celtic, where he did 3,270 in damage. The highest one here was 293, and hey, overall, they had 2 guys that did over 1,000. We had 4 guys that did over 1,000, and we had one less guy that did 0 damage, which was that Tiger 2 that we killed. Oh no, that was Tiger 1. He did 214. But you can see overall, we actually did more damage overall. They had a lot of good guys that did some damage, but then the team just fell apart. So let's take a look at the overall, and you can see, well, I fired 13 shots, had 10 direct hits and 6 penetration, did a total of 1,208 damage. Now, I did have one shot that did a damage of over 300 meters that did 465 damage, so that's actually pretty good. I received 4 hits, 4 penetration, 0 non-penetration. For some reason, it never recorded any of the damage that was received that was blocked by my armor. So I did, according to this, I did more damage than what I received. I damaged 4 tanks, destroying 2 of them, and I received 57 base capture points. I received 47,287 credit coins, silver, whatever you want to call them. At the ammunition and repairs, I received 37,144 in money. Now, experience, and I have my crew acceleration checked on, so all this experience went to my crew. I received 1,033. That's not bad for a regular battle. Times it by 2 since it was a times 2 battle. So I did receive 2,066 research points and 102 free experience. So all that went straight to my crew. So as you can see, that's not a bad tank overall, guys. I kind of enjoy playing this tank. One of the things I enjoy about it is it does make me money, and that's what the whole premise behind the premium tanks does. Plus, I can also take another crew. Like this crew is set up for the FCM 50T, but I like my I'm playing my ARL. I finally got the AMX, the next tank in line, which was the AMX M445. But I like my ARL, so I'm going to keep my crew in the ARL. So I'm actually grinding a crew right now in my FCM 50, and then I will just take that crew from this tank and put it on when I get the finances to purchase the AMX. I'll transfer this crew over to that crew and go from there. Then I can just take the crew off of my highest tank or whatever tank I want to put them on, and put them on this tank to actually get the experience that the crews need. So that's not bad. Like I said, the FCM 50T is actually a pretty good premium heavy tank, and if you are going down the French heavy line, I do recommend you do get this, especially when you get to the tier 9 and tier 10 battles. With the premium tank, you can just take that crew off there, boom, boom, put them in there, and go from there. So that's a benefit overall of what you can actually do with this tank. It helps grind up your crews. It helps you let your crews grow. And if you're in clan wars, I don't know you. I have a couple tier 10 tanks, and when I get into battles with my tier 10 tanks, unfortunately, I find a lot of kids who are in daddy's tanks that we have a 95% chance of winning, and then turn around and we get steamrolled because all these kids are in daddy's tanks, and battle's just is too lopsided for me. So if I come down to a tier 8, at least I have a little better chance of what's going on and going from there. So I do recommend it, and again, I do recommend buying it from the gift shop on World of Tanks website, not from the game itself, but on the website, because you get that free garage slot. So if you like this video, please like us on YouTube. If you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel. That way you know when the latest videos that I do come out. One thing I'm going to be doing here shortly, as soon as I get everything worked out and a schedule set up, I will be broadcasting live on Twitch. Username is Buddy1927, so check it out. I'd like to thank you again, and do me a favor, save some tanks on the battlefield for me. You all have a good day.